and just see if anybody else is going to join us this morning, okay? Today I'm just going to use a bench, so a chair or a sofa will do the trick. And also I'm just going to use a club. If you don't have one handy, it's fine, you can still do the exercise without it. But if you have one, just grab it. So I can see a couple of people joining. So we'll just give it another minute. For people who didn't join on Wednesday, what I would say is obviously I can't see you doing the exercises. So if something doesn't feel comfortable or feel like you're doing it right, just kind of don't push it, okay? So kind of just work within your kind of limits. If you do have any questions about any of the exercises that we do today, or I know I had a couple of questions on Wednesday, then what I would say is just private message me after this morning's session, and then I'll be able to answer any questions that you have, okay? So just give it another couple of seconds, just grab that golf club if you have it, grab a chair, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to start with a dynamic warm-up this morning. So we're going to get you nice and warm, loosen up, a couple of stretches, and then we're going to focus on some core work, a little bit of glute work and some shoulder work today, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the golf club for the first exercise, okay? So like I say, if you don't have a golf club, you don't need to use one, but it just helps kind of with the rotation, okay? So what we're going to do is a reverse lunge into rotation. So just make sure that you have a little bit of space behind, okay? So you're going to hold on to the golf club, you're going to step backwards, drop into a lunge as low as you can without the knee touching the floor, and then just push the golf club out in front. And then what we're going to do is just rotate into that front leg. So you're just trying to separate the upper body with the lower body. Step back up, and then we're going to alternate, okay? Step back, nice and controlled. Rotate into that front leg. You should feel that rotation through the upper spine, and back up. Okay, let's keep going. Alternate between legs. Try and stay nice and stable through that front leg. Drop back, reach, and rotate. Good. Try and keep this knee nice and in line. If you look at my shin position, it's quite vertical, okay? And again, lunge back, load, rotate. Keep it going. Rotate as far as you can. Try and keep this leg in this like 90-degree position. Rotate. Keep it going. Get nice and warm. Rotate as far as you can. Feel that stretch through the upper back. One more each side. Good, last one. Rotate. And back up, good stuff. Okay, so that's a really good one to get separation between the upper and lower body. Next one, we're going to go down to the floor. Just be careful with this one. We're going to kind of stretch inside the leg and open up the hip a little bit. So we're going to go down onto the left knee, and then we're just going to take the right foot out towards the side, okay? So it's try and keep your back nice and flat for this one. I'll show you face on, and then I'll just turn to the side just to show you what's happening. So you're going to take your hands down towards the floor, and then you're just going to sit into that bottom heel. You should get a nice stretch through that leg. Try and keep that leg straight if you can, and then you're going to come back up. So sit down into it. You should get a nice stretch inside there. Just go as low as you feel comfortable. I'll take you through to the side. There you go. And then back up we come. So you can come up into this position as well if you like. And then just drop down. Feel that stretch. And then back up. Try and squeeze your bum as you come back up. Drop down, feel that stretch, just ease into it if you feel a little bit tight there. Like I say, you just move within your limits. Back down. You should start to get a little bit deeper with each one if you can. Back up, squeeze your glutes. Back down. And back up, once more. Good, okay, so just bring that leg in. We're just going to repeat that on the opposite side. Take that left leg out. Okay, sit down into it. Feel that stretch. Good, and then as you come up, just squeeze bottom. And again, drop down in, as deep as you can. Try and ideally to get that bottom onto that heel if you can. Feel that stretch, ease into it. Like I say, don't force anything. Ease in. Back up. Squeeze bum. Drop in. Good, just starting to warm up a little bit now. We're going to do two more. Squeeze your bum. Ease in that little bit further if you can. It's quite a nice stretch, that, isn't it? Back down. Good stuff. Okay, bring that leg in. We're just going to do like a glute exercise now. So on your knees, you're going to sit down onto your heels if you can, or as close to your heels as you can. What we're going to do is we're just going to start by popping our hands onto our hips, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to kind of squeeze your bottom, your glutes, and I want you to extend into this position here. In this position here, I really want you squeezing your bottom, so we're trying to work the glutes and the hamstrings. You're going to get a nice stretch through the front of the hips into the hip flexor, okay? Try and keep your back nice and flat. Try not to arch into it for me if you can, okay? So we're just going to drop down, squeeze your bum, and drive up. Okay? Nice and simple. Squeeze. Little squeeze as you come to the top. Drive them hips up, really squeeze that bottom. A little bit like a bridge. We're going to do some single leg bridges today. It's really important that we get these muscles nice and strong. Really important in the golf swing, this extension, okay? Good. Let's do one more, then we're just going to add a golf club to the exercise, okay? So if you feel like you can, take your golf club. We're going to pop this above our head, okay? Reaching up towards the ceiling. We're just going to extend. Back down. Stay nice and tall, so feel like you're pushing that golf club up towards the ceiling. Try not to arch through the back, nice and strong through your core. Squeeze them glutes, getting that nice stretch through the front of the hips. If you're spending a lot of time sat down at the moment, this is a great stretch for the hip flexors, okay? Let's do 3 more. Squeeze. Back down, 2 more. Squeeze. Good, once more. Squeeze. And relax back down. Well done. Okay, so a couple of nice easy ones. We're just going to make it a little bit more challenging. So if anybody joined on Wednesday, we did a bear hold. For anybody who didn't, I'm going to show you the bear position, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try and crawl with it, okay? So bear position, you're onto your hands and your knees. Make sure that your back is nice and flat, and we've got a nice line from shoulder to wrist and from hip to knee. So we're trying to keep your back nice and flat, and the aim of this exercise is to not kind of rotate through the pelvis, so we're really kind of stabilising through the trunk and the core. So we're going to dig the toes into the floor and just bring their knees just off the floor. So this is the bear position. Okay, if this is challenging on its own, I would just advise you to hold this position. If you can push on with a crawl, that's what we're going to do. So from here, you're going to pick up the opposite arm and leg, and you're going to crawl forward, and then line yourself back up, keeping them knees nice and flat. And then you're going to go back. Good. Forward. Keep them knees nice and low. Backwards. Try not to rock your pelvis. If you feel like you're doing this, just take them feet a little bit wider. Forward. Keep them knees down and backwards. Keep it going. Keep them knees low. And back. Should be starting to get warm now if you're not already. Keep them knees down. Keep that pelvis nice and level. And back. Let's do 2 more. Forward. Back. Last one. Forward. And back. And relax back down. Good stuff. Okay, so we should be nice and warm now. So that's a little bit of a dynamic warm-up. I'm warm. What we're going to do now is we're going to use our bench or our chair again. And we're going to do some single leg pullovers. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie flat on our back, make sure that you've got a nice flat back with no kind of arch through the lower back. We're going to put both feet onto a chair or a sofa. Okay? So we're going to get into this position. Okay, depends how strong you are. Ideally, you'll have a little bit of bend through the knee. Okay? You can get a little bit closer if you want to make it a little bit easier, but I really want you to feel this in the hamstrings, okay? So back's nice and flat, okay? And we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tilt, kind of like slightly round the back off the floor a little bit, tilt the pelvis under, and you'll see you get this kind of like little gap between you and the floor, okay? So we're going to lift the hips up from here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lift one leg up if you can. Hold that position nice and strong, so try not to rock, try not to rotate that pelvis. Big deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're just going to take our arms above our head and reach. Little hold, bring the hands back, okay, and then we're just going to bring that foot down towards the bench, keep this hips up, lift the opposite leg, try and stabilise, exhale and take the hands behind your head again, should feel that into your hamstring. Back up, bring the foot down, and then you can have a little rest if you need to, okay? So again, go into that position, tilt the pelvis under, you should feel it through the abdominals, through the hamstrings, reach to the ceiling, elevate that leg. Exhale, take the arms above the head, try and keep that pelvis nice and straight, try not to rotate. Bring that back up, leg down, and again, opposite side. Exhale, hold, back up, and bring that leg down. Off we go down again. Let's go again, so 2 more. Tuck that pelvis under, lift that right leg. Exhale, breathe, back up, keep that pelvis level. Exhale. Good, feel them hamstrings screaming a little bit. Back down, okay, let's do that once more. Tilt that pelvis under. You shouldn't be feeling anything in the lower back because as we tilt the pelvis under, we're engaging these muscles here, okay, using the glutes and the hamstrings. Extend that leg. Exhale. Hold. Bring the arms back up. Drop that leg down, swap sides. Keep that pelvis level. Reach above your head. Back. And relax, good stuff. Okay, give them a little slap if you can feel that in your hamstrings. So we're just going to come away from the bench just for a second. And we're going to do some dead bugs. So, this is one of my favourite core exercises. So the only thing I want you to really focus on here is keeping your back flat on the floor throughout the exercise, okay? So if you have a tendency to arch through your back, I want you to think about pulling your belly button into the floor and into the spine. So I'm not really too fussed about how far you extend with your arm and leg. You just have to keep your back and your core stable, okay? If we're arching through the back, we're just compensating, we're going to hurt that lower back, okay? So we're going to lie onto our back like a dead bug, okay? Pull that belly button in. So if I put my hand under here, there's no gap between me and the floor, okay? So really engage these abdominals. We've got a nice 90-degree angle here, so knees are just above the hips, okay? And we're just going to reach up towards the ceiling, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to extend opposite arm and leg, okay? So really good for coordination. Big deep breath in, okay? And then extend as far as you can without that back coming up. You may get to here and you can feel you're losing this position, then stop, okay? You should find a kind of like biting point where you can feel this working to keep the back flat. Okay, but if you go any further, we're just going to lose position. So you just work within your limits, okay? Little hold, and then back up we come. Then we're going to go opposite way. Exhale, hold, hold that position, really focusing on what's going on here, keeping that nice neutral position, and back up. Many of you, if you've not done anything like this before, it is quite challenging. So even if you're here, don't feel too disheartened, okay? Just as long as you feel like you're working here, nice and strong. Hold, and back up. You might have a little shake on. Exhale. Keep that back flat, keep pulling that belly button in towards the floor. And back up we go, keep it going. Exhale. Nice and strong, try and keep that arm straight. Extend that leg. Back up. Extend. Try and hold it for a couple of seconds. Good, feeling that burn yet? Exhale. Good, back up. It's really important that we have a really strong core, especially for golf. If anybody struggles with lower back problems, it's sometimes often when we're compensating through the lower back. Keep it going. This is really good at strengthening that core. And keep it going. If you need a little breather, have a little breather. If you can keep going, keep going. Just keep that tempo nice and slow. We're going to keep that tension through the muscles. Let's do 2 more each side. Exhale. Hold. And back down. If you're starting to tire, you're finding it harder to keep your back flat, just don't go as far. Hold. Good. 1 more each side. Exhale. Back up. Once more, exhale. And back up, good stuff. Ooh, feel them burn, just turn onto your front, little stretch. And just squeeze your bottom, just push yourself up. And just allow them just to relax a little bit, get a little bit of a stretch through. the abdominals. Good. Okay, so we're just going to move on to the 3 exercises, okay? So we've kind of got the core engaged a little bit, done a little bit of hamstring work. What we want to do now is some single leg bridges, okay? So on Wednesday we did some double bridges, so these are a little bit more challenging. So you've got to stay a little bit more stable, but we're going to do them from the floor, okay? And the idea again is just to kind of work the glutes and work the core as well. So we're going to lie on our backs. Okay, again, looking for that flat back position, okay? I'm going to try and maintain that throughout the exercise. So you've got 2 options in terms of the leg. You can either take one leg and just relax it onto the other leg, which will make it a little bit easier, or you can just hold this leg up towards the chest. It's entirely up to you, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to start by going into a glute bridge, okay? So keep that back flat, slightly tilt that pelvis under like you did with the pullovers on the bench, and we're just going to drive up into a bridge, okay? So this is a normal bridge. If a single leg feels difficult, just do this one, okay? But if you can progress to a single leg, you can support yourself either by using the floor, or you can pop your hands up towards the ceiling, make it more challenging, okay? So I'm going to take the right leg onto the opposite knee, or ideally you're going to just pull that knee in towards your chest, and this just helps you get into a better position with the lower back, okay? And then from there, all you're going to do is lower down to the floor on that left leg, and then drive up and squeeze that glute. Again, we're looking for a level pelvis, so if you kind of rock into this side, okay, just pop that leg across, back down, and drive up. So really working that left leg. Drive up, squeeze it out, back down, and squeeze it out. Just make sure that your back's nice and flat as you come down to the floor. Drive it out, little squeeze, and again, little squeeze. We're going to do 10 on each side. Drive it out, squeeze, feel that glute working. You might feel a little bit hamstring as well. If you do, just bring that heel a little bit closer to your bottom. Hold. Good, and again. Drive. 2 more. Drive. Good, keep that pelvis level once more. Keep that knee tucked in. And drive and relax. Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to swap sides. So back into that bridge. Make sure you've got a little gap so like hip width apart. We're just going to extend that left leg, bring that knee to your chest if you can, or across that leg. And then again, just drop back down. Drive. And down. And drive. Squeeze this glute. Nice and strong. Make sure you're controlling it at the top. You can use the floor to support yourself if you need to. And use that breath. I want you to blow out as you push up. Back flat as it comes to the floor. Drive it out. Good. 5 more. Keep it going. Squeeze that bottom. Good. 3 to go. Keep that pelvis level. 2 more. Squeeze. Last one. Squeeze it out. Well done. Okay, I think we're going to have time to do some more of them. So we're just going to move on to a shoulder exercise now. So just give them glutes a little bit of a rest. So for this one, we're going to lie face down onto the floor, okay? So I want your forehead onto the floor. Again, what I want you to do is pull your belly button in as you lift your arms, because the last thing I want you to do is, again, just extend through the lower back. So if you feel it in the lower back, just engage this a little bit more. So I'll just show you, I'll just demonstrate to you, okay? So you're going to lie face down, forehead on the floor. That just keeps us in a nice neutral position through your spine. Arms are out in front, okay? So hands are down, and what we're going to do is, as we exhale and pull our belly button in, we're just going to lift the arms off the floor as high as we can. And we're going to take them out as high as we can into this T position, and then bring them back down to the floor, okay? Then we're going to go again, lift as high as we can, take the arms, pull the head, and then back down, okay? But I want you to try and keep the arms straight and as high as you can throughout the exercise, okay? So, let's start. So, heads down towards the floor, okay? Reaching tall, pull that belly button in. Big deep breath in, and then exhale as you lift the arms up as high as you can. Keep them high, keep them high, keep them high. Take them out, drop back down. Okay, and then from that T, lift, squeeze them shoulder blades together. Take the arms out, And drop that down. Good. So you should really feel shoulder blade area and the back doing the work, okay? And again, exhale. Take the arms out. Drop back down. And again, lift. Keep them high, keep them high, keep them high. And back down. Good. And again, lift as high as you can. Keep them high. Take them out towards that T. Back down. Lift. Try pulling that belly button in, strong and stable through the core. And again, lift. Take them out, back down. Lift through them shoulder blades, keep them arms high. Good, keep it going. Lift. Back down. Lift. Keep them high. Strong through that core. 2 more. Lift. Keep them as high as you can. And down. And again, lift. Keep them high. Good. 1 more. Lift. Keep it going. Back down once more, as high as you can. And relax. Good stuff. Okay, so great exercise there for the shoulders. We're going to go through these 3 exercises again. Okay, so we'll come back to them in a second. I'm just going to come back to my bench, or my chair. And what we're going to do now is more of a kind of stretch. So I'll give you a little rest before we do the bridges in the shoulders again. So what I'd like to do is sit onto the end of a chair or your sofa. You can use your club again if you want to. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit with our knees and feet together, and this is a really good one to help improve what we call thoracic rotation, so rotation of the upper spine. So it's really important that we have good rotation through here. Obviously that helps in terms of definitely our back swing. Sometimes they lack a little bit of mobility here. So what we're going to do, if you do have your golf club, you're going to pop this across your chest, and just a little bit of a kind of a cue as to how far you're rotating and moving, okay? So what I want you to do is try and squeeze your legs together. Sometimes I put a foam roller in between someone's legs here for them to squeeze. So that might be an option, but you don't need to do that. So knees and feet together, sit nice and tall for me. Okay, and we're just going to squeeze the knees and feet together. Big deep breath in. And then as we exhale, I want you to just rotate to your right or to your back swing, or whichever way you want to go first, as far as you can. And you'll probably kind of hit a bit of a brick wall. Don't let them legs open. We just want to rotate through this portion here, so from like middle of the ribs upwards, okay? So rotate as far as you can. And then what we're going to do from there, we're going to do a little side bend, so you're kind of bringing that foot of the club down towards the floor. You're going to come back up but stay rotated. Then you're going to just try and rotate again a little bit further. So you should be able to just increase that rotation a little bit. Keep bringing them knees together. Drop back down, look down towards the floor. Back up, okay, once more if you can, just that little bit further. Back down. Again, if it doesn't feel comfortable or it feels restricted, don't push it. Yeah, you just move as far as you can. Okay, let's go other way. So, bring them knees together. Big deep breath in, exhale as we rotate to the left. Might find that you can get a bit more movement that way. Side bend. Try and stay tall. Back to where you were, but stay rotated. Rotate again. Side bend. Back up. And once more, rotate. And side bend. Good. Okay, let's do one more each side. Nice and tall. Rotate as far as you can. Keep them legs together. Side bend. Back up. Good. And again, a little bit further. Side bend. Back up. Once more. And side bend. Good. Back we come to centre. Let's go again to the left. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Rotate as far as you can. Might feel a little bit easier second time round. Side bend. Back up. Rotate. Side bend. Once more. And side bend. Good. So that's a really good way of just trying to improve your rotation through here, because we're kind of keeping the legs and the lower body separate. We're making sure that we find the rotation here. We're not just letting everything go together. Okay, so really good one for T-spine rotation. We've got 5 minutes left. So I want you to do some more bridges and some more shoulder eyes to T's. Okay, so let's finish off with a couple of sets of them. Okay, so we're going to go back into these bridges. Again, if you need to use the floor, use the floor. Back's nice and flat. Bring the heels up towards the bottom. apart. Okay, let's go into that bridge. Extend right leg, or bring the knee up to the chest, or cross it onto the leg. Okay, and then off we go, lowering down, and then drive, squeeze your bottom. Back down, keep that back flat as you come down, and then drive up, squeeze that glute. And again. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Good. 5 more. Keep that back flat. Squeeze, working that bottom. Squeeze. Squeeze it out. Good. Once more. And squeeze. Good stuff. Okay, let's go to the side. So back into that bridge. Bend that left leg. Off we go. Down. And drive. Squeeze that glute. Should be rock hard. And again. Squeeze. Keep this pelvis level. Try not to dip. Use that ground if you need to. Squeeze. Good. Keep it going. You're doing really well. Squeeze it out. 5 to go. Squeeze. Good. 3 more. Last 2. 1 to go. And squeeze. Arm relax. Good stuff. Okay. So back into them shoulders. Iced tea. We're going to do another 8 of them. So onto your front, forehead down. Remember, pull that belly button in. Get them arms as high as you can for me. Okay? So, head down. Pull that belly button in. Big deep breath in. Lift as high as you can. Take them arms out to the side. Keep them high. And drop. And again, use that breath. Keep them high. And lift. Make sure you're lifting from the shoulder blade in the back. Lift. Exhale. Drop back down. And again, lift. And down. Keep it going. Lift as high as you can. And again, lift. Good. Keep it going, guys. You're doing really well. Lift as high as you can. Keep that height. And again. Pull that belly button in. 4 to go. Lift. And again, lift. Lift. Use that breath. Exhale. And again, keep them high. 2 more to go. Lift. Coming back. Starting to tire. Last one, guys. Lift. And coming back. Lift. And back. Well done, guys. Okay, let's finish off with a little stretch. So what I want you to do, just come up onto your knees. Take your knees a little bit wider than hip width, but bring your toes together, okay? And then what we want to do is sit into your heels, and then we're just going to reach with the arms and just stretch the shoulders and into the back. So just sit into the heels as low as you can. Reach with the hands and drop the head. I want you to feel like you're pulling the floor towards you. So you get a nice stretch all down the side of the body into the lats. Make sure your head's down. Just pull that floor. Take some nice deep breaths in this position. Just relax into it in the hip position as well. You should feel a nice little opening up of the hip. Breathe, pull that floor. And then what we're going to do, we're going to walk the hand out to the right. Okay, and pull, so that will just increase the stretch all down that left side. Pull, feel that nice stretch. Breathe, nice and gentle. Nice and steady. Good, back up, let's walk all the way around to the left. Pull that floor, breathe. And back up we come. Good stuff, well done this morning, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do have any questions on any of the exercises that I've done this morning, just private message me, I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you want to do the video again, I will be uploading them to YouTube, so the one from Wednesday morning's on there now. I think I've kettlebells. If you do want to do them any other time, then they should be available. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back with another session next Wednesday morning at 8 AM. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Enjoy your weekends, and hopefully I'll see you